This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, after less than a month, the 10-kilometre speed limit through Dunedin city centre is on its way out. Forsyth Bar Stadium and Dunedin venues are over the moon to be inviting crowds back this weekend. And the Red Shed in Dunedin's McLagan Street is set to close its doors after many years of discounts. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Sophie Morris. After less than a month, the 10-kilometre speed limit through Dunedin city centre is on its way out. But the 460 or so circles installed on May 17 and 18, in place to remind motorists that they are in a shared space and to reduce their speed, will stay temporarily.
Emotions ran high at yesterday's Dunedin City Council meeting as councillors discussed the temporary changes to inner city streets.
In my personal opinion, it was emotional blackmail to put that on us who voted against that motion. And if we vote for this, I'm saying now people are in danger, especially kids that are going to run out. The photo in the ODT had a child playing on the dots. So what does that tell you? And it still looks like it's a safe street.
Debate was around where to now for the 10-kilometre speed limit and brightly painted dots in the heart of the city. Following the Prime Minister's announcement, the country is at Level 1 COVID-19 response as of midnight last night, which has negated the need for the Council's desire to have safer CBD streets during Level 2.
And I don't think I've found a single better example of that than this, that over $2,500 of council money, some paint on the road and asking people to drive a little more slowly through the city centre. The sheer, I use the word visceral intentionally, the visceral response that this has elicited from people for whatever reason has been disappointing and a bit embarrassing actually at times, and I would hope that people might have the opportunity to reflect on that as we return to something more resembling normality in our day-to-day lives.
Dunedin's Mayor argued successfully for the removal of temporary traffic calming measures, including the 10-kilometre-an-hour speed limit. Councillor Marie Laufiso was in favour of extending free parking in the CBD.
Because I'm just taking note of Jason Hood's comments in the ODT on Saturday that free parking had brought heaps of shoppers into the city, and he was hoping that it would be continued throughout winter as his worship said so. But I'm very happy to support this motion. Thank you.
As part of the motion passed 14-1, parking charges are set to be reintroduced into the city centre on July the 1st. Before the motion was carried, elected members took turns voicing their support and or concerns.
I just don't really see any reason why we would need to remove them at this stage. I don't think anyone's really worried about the dots, they're worried about the speed limit.
We need to be saying we have changed, it is 30k an hour now, and there is free parking.
No, it didn't cost 40k, and no, we don't have hundreds of signs sitting around in a warehouse unused. They can be used, the numbers can simply be changed. And Councillor Radich, you can be assured that speed humps that didn't exist have also been removed.
And so it'll be interesting to see how the speed down George Street changes as the dots remain in place but gradually wear out. So
the council approved a budget for the changes of $40,000, but due to a subsidy from the New Zealand Transport Agency, the only cost to the city was $2,500. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A significant funding boost to the Orokonui Eco Sanctuary predator fence could be signed off this week. The Otago Regional Council will tomorrow consider whether to include $100,000 in its annual plan for the wildlife refuge. Councillors were told last month the Eco Sanctuary was facing a financial crisis following its closure during COVID-19 restrictions. A submission to the Council says the perimeter fence is at high to medium risk of failure in the event of land movement or flooding. An invasion of predators would be catastrophic to its native bird and lizard species. The first game of the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition is set to kick off at Forsyth Bar Stadium this Saturday. The match signals the restarting of a revamped Super Rugby competition and is being heralded as a world first.
Forsyth Bar Stadium CEO Roger Clark and Dunedin Venue CEO Terry Davies are ecstatic with the news that fans will be allowed to attend this Saturday's rugby game. As their shirts say, it will be a world first gathering of ticket-paying spectators since COVID-19.
After what we've been through as a country and what we're still going through in the world, I think it's a pretty significant evening and we'll be treating it that way.
The Highlanders, seen here practising last week, will kick off the new Super Rugby Aotearoa competition with a home game against the Chiefs in a stadium that was originally planned to be empty of spectators.
Oh yeah, it's just awesome, eh? There's been a lot of scenarios been planned, but this was obviously always going to be the best one, and so yeah, incredibly excited for all the fans and everybody in the country really.
Davies says home games at the stadium always have a positive impact on the city's economy.
It's dramatic right through. Not only here, it's the people that spread back up to Octagon afterwards to have a drink. You know, it's having coffee and a meal. The economic impact flow is significant.
And he's hopeful the stadium could even become part of a concert circuit with our closest neighbour.
We'll need Australia to open up, so if we can work with Australia at some stage, I think that might give us better opportunities to get touring artists from overseas to bunker down in Australia and play Australia-New Zealand. But who knows? I mean, you know, a week's time things could change dramatically.
The game is set for a 7:05 kick-off on Saturday, with tickets already on sale, starting at $6 for children and $20 for adults. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Interim name suppression was lifted today for a man charged with the murder of a woman in Te Anau last month. Rodney Stewart Fellowfield appeared by audio-visual link in the High Court at Invercargill this morning, facing a charge of murder. The Otago Daily Times understands he and the victim, Shirley Elena Reedy, aged 52, had been married for only a few months before her body was found in a Te Anau motel. An interim name suppression order was lifted today by Justice Cameron Mander at Invercargill. Police began a homicide investigation after the body of Ms Reedy from Balclutha was found on May 15. A major Dunedin city centre discount retailer is planning to close its doors in 2 months. The warehouse on McLagan Street could be shut by August as the company grapples with a shift to online retail.
The sun is setting on Dunedin's original Big Red Barn, which is set to close in August, jeopardising 42 jobs. The warehouse started off in Dunedin as a small discount store in the early 90s in the DIC building, selling items such as plastic chairs, 3-hour VHS tapes and Arc Rock cups. It was accessed by an escalator from what is now the back of Dunedin's public art gallery. Another discount store called Sharky's did not last, but the warehouse went on to open 3 large stores across Dunedin. The first purpose-built The Warehouse store in Dunedin Central City is now one of 6 The Warehouse and Noel Leeming stores to close across the country, with a loss of over 1,000 jobs. Local shopper Bernadette Ford blames the proposed closure on the City Council's poor support of retail.
I am so disappointed. I mean, it just seems to me like Dunedin's had a succession of ineffective councils, and I'm so disappointed to see what's happening here. Yeah. Just one thing's closing after another, and there's nothing being done to replace it.
Another shopper, Anthony Grace, says it's unfair on the staff, especially with the country's move to alert level 1.
What the government say about level 1, I think there should be a good chance that throughout whole New Zealand that everyone keeps their jobs and everything's back to normal. So I think these guys deserve a chance. They work, they got bills to pay.
The warehouse says the company needed to move its agile retail model, presumably with more online-based shopping. Kmart has expressed an interest in taking over the site, but retail industry insiders say it's unlikely the warehouse would help out a competitor. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. Work gets underway to replace the city's 15,000 street lamps with LED lighting, and a trust in Wanaka is hoping to raise money for a native river park near Luggett.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Do you know Youth Grow in North East Valley? It's an awesome plant nursery where young people can work and learn life skills. You can now order your vegetable seedlings, herbs, bulbs and shrubs over the phone or by email. Either pick up your order on Norwood Street in North East Valley or they can deliver to you. Look for Youth Grow Garden Centre on Facebook or visit youthgrow.org.nz. Happy gardening!
Wrens are Otago's painting, tiling and plastering experts. Offering a free measure and quote, Wrens is a name you can trust to get the job done right. Call Wrens today on 477 9384 or visit wrens.co.nz.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Heaven Sent Pet Cremations knows that losing a pet is like losing a family member, and we have many special ways for you to keep their memory dear to your heart. From caskets, remembrance pendants to remembrance fairs. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today.
Welcome back. It's taking 3 men about half an hour to change a light bulb as Dunedin upgrades its street lights. Work is well underway to have all of the city's 15,000 street lamps replaced with new LED lighting by mid-next year.
After delays from COVID-19, the upgrade of Dunedin streetlights to LEDs is well underway. About 2,000 of the total 15,000 streetlights have already been replaced by a team taking about 30 minutes per lamp post. Each light is actually a cluster of 24 individual LEDs, coming with a 10-year warranty and expected lifetime of 25 years. The old bulbs only lasted about 5 years. The New Zealand Transport Agency is funding over 3/4 of the $15 million project, with the entire swap expected to be done by mid-next year. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A trust in Wanaka is hoping to raise over $150,000 towards a native river park near Luggett. The aim is to create a half-hectare park alongside the Clutha River on land currently leased from Contact Energy.
A local trust is hoping to raise over $150,000 to keep the dream alive of a native river park in Luggett. Trustee Jeremy Van Riel said the idea for the park began with Lewis Verdon Castles, a long-term resident who began leasing the land in the 1990s, restoring a cottage and establishing native plants.
I met Lewis through a mutual friend of ours. It was 2013, I believe. He really did have a passion for ecology, and so he'd spent his time here beside the river planting out a wee nursery of kānuka, working on the garden and networking with other people with a similar passion or interest for the waterways.
In 2014, Mr Verdon Castles established the Red Bridge River Park Trust with the aim of creating a community park alongside the Clutha River.
He shoulder tapped me this particular day and said he was interested in creating a charitable trust looking after the Clutha River, encouraging the return of bird song, aquatic life, and also creating a space for people to come and experience the environment.
He negotiated a purchase agreement for the trust to buy the site for $300,000 from Contact Energy. Mr Verdon Castles unexpectedly died last August, aged only 60, but the trust is working to complete his vision.
This property was so important to Lewis, he donated the first $149,000 towards paying Contact for this land. And so he really put his money where his mouth is.
The trustees have set up a Give a Little page and are hoping to raise the balance of $151,000 to complete the purchase.
I guess it's more the promise of what this land holds and what our shared vision holds that really excites me about this land. When I come back here, I sink into that. And yeah, now I really need support.
Simon Henderson for the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, we hear about the native bird bringing comfort to people during the lockdown, and we check out tomorrow's weather.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Shall I make some scones?
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Heaven Sent Pet Cremations knows that losing a pet is like losing a family member, and we have many special ways for you to keep their memory dear to your heart. From caskets, remembrance pendants to remembrance spheres. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today. Wrens are Otago's painting, tiling and plastering experts. Offering a free measure and quote, Wrens is a name you can trust to get the job done right. Call Wrens today on 477 9384 or visit wrens.co.nz.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Do you know Youth Grow in North East Valley? It's an awesome plant nursery where young people can work and learn life skills. You can now order your vegetable seedlings, herbs, bulbs and shrubs over the phone or by email. Either pick up your order on Norwood Street in North East Valley or they can deliver to you. Look for Youth Grow Garden Centre on Facebook or visit youthgrow.org.nz. Happy gardening!
Bowel cancer is the second highest cause of cancer death in New Zealand.
And New Zealand's got a higher rate of bowel cancer than many other Western countries.
Because it's one of those areas of the body that we don't talk about often enough.
It is one of those silent killers almost, that if it strikes and if you develop symptoms, sometimes it's too late.
So it's a major issue.
Welcome back. People might not be aware, but there were 2 Bloomfields bringing comfort to people during the lockdown. While many looked to Dr. Ashley Bloomfield's daily updates for peace of mind, some Dunedin vets were seeking comfort from a native New Zealand bird of the same name. Bloomfield the Kia was transported from Fiordland to the Dunedin Wildlife Hospital during Alert Level 4 after being found in a very poor condition. The hospital says Bloomfield was a wonderful, interactive and fun patient to care for and had given its vet team a lot of joy during the difficult times. Much like the nation from the pandemic, Bloomfield recovered and has been released back into the Fiordland wilderness. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. After less than a month, the 10-kilometre speed limit through Dunedin city centre is on its way out. Forsyth Bar Stadium and Dunedin venues are over the moon to be inviting crowds back this weekend. And the Red Shed in Dunedin's McLagan Street is set to close its doors after many years of discounts. And time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Starting with the situation, fine weather ahead tomorrow, but a weak cold front will move onto southern districts late on Thursday, meaning increasing cloud and some showers Thursday night. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport are looking at cloudy skies and 13 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim can expect clear blue skies and 16 degrees. Moving down to Canterbury, it will be cold and dry for most places here. Kaikoura, Christchurch and Ashburton all head for 14 degrees. To the southern towns, plan for moderate westerlies and clear skies. Those in Balclutha, the Catlins, Lumsden and Gore are all aiming for 12 degrees. Heading to central Otago, Wanaka and Alexandra should reach 13 degrees. Queenstown heads for 12, while Te Anau is due for 11 degrees under cloudy skies. To the northern towns, on the coast, Timaru and Oamaru can expect light winds and fine weather with 14 degrees. Inland Twizel and Marama can expect clear skies and 13 degrees. In Dunedin, some coastal cloud tonight, frosty inland and a low of 0. Often cloudy tomorrow with moderate southwesterly winds, a high of 13 and a low of 5. High cloud increasing on Thursday with moderate northerlies and milder temperatures, some rain and colder southwesterlies at night, a high of 15 and a low of 7. And in Invercargill, fine and frosty tonight with an overnight low of 0. Scattered cloud tomorrow with freshening westerly winds, a high of 13 and a low of 7. Cloudy on Thursday with some rain developing and fresh northwesterlies before a southerly change in the evening, a high of 14 and a low of 6. That's all for our news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Ka kite anō.
The
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.